There's a conversation between yourself and Imam Ahmed Hassan in the book The Goal of the Wise, where you're speaking about paradise and you're speaking about what's written in the Quran about everlasting boys. And it is a question that has popped up several times recently, and people have wondered, who are the everlasting boys? And I was wondering if you could make a comment on that.
Yeah, so what are they implying exactly, these people that are asking about it?
Well, I've heard it implied that there is the concept where we're calling for the concept of a return to Eden on earth, that the idea that the everlasting boys exist in paradise might mean that they exist on earth, rather than a different world.
That we're basically advocating the molestation of minor children. Is that what they're
that has been sort of implied?
That's disgusting, and that's totally against our beliefs, and it's totally haram, and it's a misconstruing and a misinterpretation of that which we're saying. First off, we're saying that the Holy Quran, right, the Quran of the Muslims, the billions of Muslims that are on earth right now, speaks about these wildan mukhalladun, these immortal youths or immortal boys, all right, that exist in paradise. First off, if you look up in the English dictionary, what is the definition of a boy? It is a male individual from birth all the way until adulthood. For us, adulthood starts when the individual reaches completion, and in the Quran, the age of completion is 40. So for us, anybody that's under the age of 40 could be described as a youth or a boy, okay? This is in terms of that. Second off, in paradise, the narrations of Muhammad and the family of Muhammad make it very clear that there are no old people in paradise, and there's also no children in paradise. Everybody in paradise appears at the age of 33. So that is the age that people appear in paradise. Everybody's the age of 33, so there's no children there. And nobody would even want to be in a child body in paradise. Everybody would want to be a youth in paradise at the age of 33. So that's in terms of that. We don't believe in child marriage. It's against our beliefs, and it's also against the law. It's a serious crime. It's the most serious crime, or one of the most serious crimes that we have in our faith. We don't support, we don't advocate any sort of marriage under the age of 18, because the individuals that are going into the marriage, they have to be aware of that. So what we're saying is that they're aware of the choice that they're making, and it has to be their own choice, and they have to be old enough to be able to choose something like that. So what we're saying is what? We're saying, in short, that in paradise, there exists all that an individual can wish for. If an individual wishes in paradise to have a fancy car and a beautiful home, that those wishes, those desires will be projected out of his mind. He will be able to experience that reality in paradise because it's something that he wanted or she wanted. If an individual in paradise longed for, a walk on the beach, for example, with a loved one, they will get that walk on the beach with a loved one, and the beach will be unlike any beach that they've ever seen before on earth. It will be something that is beyond it in beauty. The fruits of paradise, the meat of paradise, the furniture of paradise, all of this stuff is unlike the meat and the furniture and the fruits of earth. It's much more beautiful, but the point is that an individual attains all that he wishes for or desires for. If an individual wishes for female companionship, you have these houris of paradise, the most beautiful female companions that any man could wish for. And the opposite is true. If a female wished for male companionship, she will have in paradise the most beautiful male companions that anybody could ever wish for, because it's paradise and everybody can have that which they wish for. Now, whether or not the houris or the Wildan Mukhalladun are creatures like human being creatures, that's a different story. We're not saying that that is the case, actually. It's not the case. The Huris and the Wildan Mukhalladun are particular creatures that were created in that realm, right? That world, they are from that world and they operate, and they're a different type of creature than the human beings that are on earth. So that's what we're saying. And we're saying that if a person has homosexual inclinations, if a person is attracted to males or attracted to females, that they can have these forbidden desires in paradise, just in the same way that the Quran states that wine, for example, on earth is forbidden, right? And that's what all Muslims believe. They can't drink alcohol, but yet they have in the Quran, it's stating that in paradise, there are these rivers of wine and these alcoholic drinks that are provided for the inhabitants of paradise. And so this concept shouldn't be a foreign concept for them. And there's many other, by the way, Muslims that have interpreted and understood these verses about the Huris and the Wildan Mukhalladun, or the immortal boys, to mean the exact same thing. So we reject pedophilia. It's a fatal crime, and we don't promote it, and any sort of suggestion of the sort is absolutely disgusting and refused.